I want some sex.
You're just so close to this man, right?
He got too many baby mamas already.
Well, what'd you do?
It's confusing.
Actually, it been hell.
They've been messing around.
I don't know if what they're saying is true.
You're the one with the gambling
Going to work
problem.
isn't disappearing.
Who is she to sit up here and tell you that you're not my child's father?
So you all started a relationship?
Lose this one.
Today we're diving into the case of Morris versus Brister. Buckle up, because this one is a wild ride from start to finish. So we've got Mr. Morris here, who is 100% certain that he is the biological father of the 29-year-old woman, LaGianna Brister. He's had enough of the confusion, lies, and doubt that have plagued this family for years. But hold on tight, folks, because Mrs. Brister believes that her mother, Ms. Smith, has been feeding her a pack of lies about her true paternity.
You are 100% certain that you are the biological father of the 29-year-old woman standing across the aisle and want this court to put an end to years of confusion, lies, and doubt. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mrs. Brister, you say you don't believe Mr. Morris is your father and that you've been lied to by your mother, Ms. Smith, regarding who is your biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Smith, you are here to support Mr. Morris.
Now let's take a trip down memory lane to understand the origins of this complicated relationship. Mr. Morris and Ms. Smith met back in 1984 when he was part of a breakdancing crew. Oh, the good old days of parachute pants and boom boxes. They hit it off, but it wasn't until the following evening that things really heated up.
I was involved with a breakdancing crew. When I met Mr. Smith, this one evening as we were performing, I knew right then I wanted to be with her. One thing led to another, and I pulled her, and me and Mr. Smith, we did get together.
Okay, did you dance on over there? What'd you do?
But actually, it didn't happen until the following evening because I had to get my cousin out of the way because...
Their relationship lasted for about 3.5 years, and Mr. Morris thought it was the real deal. But here's where it gets interesting, folks. Ms. Smith had a lot of suitors vying for her attention. It was like a royal court of potential fathers. Mr. Morris had to fight off all these other guys, and it was one battle after another. Talk about a love triangle, or should I say a love hexagon?
Because she
was a queen.
Okay.
And there was a lot of different guys at her. And so, it was fight after fight with different people in the town that I didn't know nothing about. And
so was she with a lot of other people, or just she had a lot of suitors?
A lot of suitors, I would say. Because at the time I was with her, it was just me and her.
So, Ms. Smith, what do you recall about this relationship?
Fast forward to the present day, and Mr. Morris is back in the picture after 14 long years. Yes, you heard that right. They've rekindled their romance, but the paternity issue is still hanging over their heads like a dark cloud.
After how many years?
14 years.
14 years?
Yes.
And now you're back together?
Yes.
But there's still this paternity issue hanging in the balance.
Yeah.
Why? You say you were only with her, she said she was only with you?
I came back to town after hearing it from 3 different individuals that she was pregnant with my child at the time, and we stayed in 2 different towns. So when I heard it...
Now let's hear from LaGianna Brister herself. This poor woman has been told so many different stories about her paternity that it's enough to make anyone's head spin. She recalls being taken for a DNA test as a child, and her mother telling her that the man on her birth certificate wasn't her real father. Talk about a bombshell.
Birth certificate to be my father. When I was about 16, Mr. Morris, he came to visit, and he introduced himself as my dad. I don't remember the entire conversation that we had, but I do remember him saying that he was my dad. He came, he was there for maybe like a week or so, then he left.
So he comes into town, he says, I'm your father. He stays a week, and then he leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Your Honor.
But wait, there's more. When LaGianna was 16, Mr. Morris came to visit and introduced himself as her dad. Can you imagine the shock on her face? It must have been like a scene out of a soap opera. But just when she thought she had the answers, her mother dropped another bombshell. She told LaGianna that a deceased man named Mr. Woods could possibly be her father. This poor woman can't catch a break.
So let me understand this. The bottom line is, as a young woman, you've been told different stories.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
so you have one man on your birth certificate.
Yes, Your
Next
Honor.
thing you know, it changes to Mr. Morris comes to visit, and he introduces himself to you as I'm your dad.
Yes, Your Honor.
So now you're saying, okay, what's going on here? Then 1 week later, Mr. Morris leaves. This is in your mind.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then your mom says to you, no, the other man is your father.
Our hearts go out to LaGianna as she tries to make sense of all these conflicting stories. It's clear that she's desperate for the truth and closure. Can you blame her? We all want to know who our real parents are, right?
The man on my birth certificate wasn't my father.
So, Mr. Morris, as you look at Miss Brewster testify and you hear her testimony. How does that make you feel? You've maintained that you thought you were her biological father all along. She's got 4 stories she just presented to the court.
See, I never knew anything about those other probabilities.
So I need to ask you, what makes you so certain she is your biological daughter?
Now it's time for the moment of truth. The DNA results are in, and tensions are running high in the courtroom. Will Mr. Morris finally get the confirmation he's been seeking? Will La Jania find the answer she's been yearning for?
Mr. Morris,
Yes, Shauna.
you are not her father.
What?
I'm very sorry.
Can I hug my daughter?
Absolutely, is that okay?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
In this episode, we meet Ms. Brooks and Mr. Page, a couple who started off madly in love but now find themselves in a whirlwind of accusations and doubts. Let's dive right into it.
Ms. Brooks, you state that after getting out of a 9-year relationship, you met and fell in love with Mr. Page, a younger man who you say swept you off your feet. You claim both you and Mr. Page planned to have a child together, but since giving birth to your son, Ivion, Mr. Page is now denying the child you so desperately wanted to have with him.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Page, you state
Ms. Brooks and Mr. Page were head over heels for each other, planning a future together and even discussing having a baby. But as we all know, love can be a tricky thing, and their relationship took a nosedive.
Our relationship is on the rocks. We really have no relationship. All we do is fuss and fight. He's denying our baby.
So you don't think it's your baby, Mr. Page?
No, it ain't mine.
Why do you think that?
Because she every time I come home from work, she out with Mr. Wilson. So I don't know what she's doing at work. When I'm at work, she calls me. When I'm at work, I call her. But when I'm getting off, don't pick up, don't nothing. I call everybody that she hangs around with, they won't pick up.
They went from lovey-dovey to fussing and fighting all the time. And what's worse, Mr. Page started denying that he was the father of their precious baby boy, Ivan. Oh, the drama.
You're the one with the gambling
Going to work
problem.
isn't disappearing.
He goes to work every day. Yes, he does. And when he gets paid, the next day, he is broke. He goes to the casino and spends all his money and may bring $30 inside of the home and then expect me to take care of him from the 2 weeks after that until he gets paid again. This is a routine that Mr. Page does.
So this relationship is in trouble not just because of the paternity issue, but other issues as well.
Mr. Page had some serious doubts about being the father. He claimed that Ms. Brooks was always out with her friend, Mr. Wilson, and he suspected there was more going on than just friendship.
She's not a problem for him. He don't want me to talk to anybody, anyone at all. It's only about him.
I want to understand your doubt about, because you were in a sexual relationship with her during this time.
Yes.
So you feel like she was cheating on you sometime during the window of conception.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Tell
Your
me
Honor.
about that doubt. What substantiates your doubt about the paternity?
She knew Black longer than she knew me, so.
Every time Mr. Page came home, Ms. Brooks would be out with Mr. Wilson, and that just fueled his suspicions. He even accused her of telling her friends not to answer the phone when he called. Talk about trust issues.
He's
I've
been there
I
because
live right
you're
there
not.
with him. I
Okay,
buy milk,
but
I buy what I got.
when
buy
you're
for
not
my
there, he
potential
is
child.
there. Mr. Page does do things, but he does the bare minimum.
I do the bare minimum, but I buy milk whenever she needs to. I'm the first person she calls when she needs something. Mr. Wilson isn't the first person that called. When she needed Mr. Wilson's not there. He's over wherever he's at getting drunk or whatever he's doing. She doesn't help me out.
Now, who is this Mr. Wilson? Well, he's Ms. Brooks' best friend, but according to Mr. Page, he's more than just a friend. He believed that Mr. Wilson could be the real father of Ivan, and to add fuel to the fire, Mr. Wilson had been posting pictures on social media claiming to be Ivan's father. Oh, the drama just keeps getting juicier.
When Mr. Wilson walks around my son, he does not let it be known that he's not the father. He does not let it be known that he's the godfather.
But how is
They
that my
think
fault?
He's his father because you're right with him. What do you
How is
talk
that my
about?
fault? No, and
I'm
you
not
know how I
talking to
feel
you, I'm
about
talking
that.
to Miss
And I'm
Dawn
talking
Lake.
to you. Your Honor, right
And he's
now.
walking around telling them that they're having sex and all this.
He's saying what?
That they're having sex.
Who's
friends,
he telling
rumors.
this to?
Mr. Wilson does go around lying to people and saying that he had sex with me.
Ms. Brooks, on the other hand, vehemently denied any wrongdoing. She insisted that she had been faithful to Mr. Page and that Mr. Wilson was just a friend. But can we really trust her words?
Everybody's had an argument where they said something they regret or they shouldn't say, or say something to hurt someone, or just trying to make someone hurt as much as they've made them hurt. But when we say things like that, you can't unring that bell. Once you ring it,
It's wrong.
yes. Jerome, I think it's time we meet Mr. Wilson.
You got it.
Please escort him into the courtroom.
I'll have you go up to the witness stand right next to the judge.
Now, she even showed the court some incriminating photos of her and Mr. Wilson, which seemed to suggest a closer relationship than just friendship. But is a picture really worth 1,000 words?
Yes. See, what happened was, it was this girl I was dealing with. And to make her mad and make her jealous, because she had an issue with Miss Brooks because her hair was long and she wear tracks and Miss Brooks has on fingernails, she has on press-ons. I was just making her be jealous. But due to social media is something else. Let me tell you. She put all my business up. I think Santa Claus even know about the situation. But the only person I spoke with was that particular female that I was dealing with.
With tensions high and emotions running wild, it was time for the moment of truth. The DNA results were about to be revealed and everyone was holding their breaths. Will Mr. Page be the father or will Mr. Wilson steal the spotlight? Let's find out.
Mr. Wilson, you are not the father. Mr. Page, you are the father.
Told you. Now, Ronnie, my money. It don't make no sense that I had to go through all of this.
All right, folks, we have Miss McGee, who's here to prove that her estranged husband, Mr. McGee, is the father of their 4-year-old daughter, Serenity. But hold on tight, because Mr. McGee is denying it all.
Petition the court for a DNA test to prove to your estranged husband, Mr. McGee, that he is in fact the father of your 4-year-old daughter, Serenity.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim your husband vanished 4 years ago after the birth of your child and has denied fathering your daughter and refuses to help you financially.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also suing for child-rearing expenses in the sum of $3,617.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss McGee starts off by sharing her heart-wrenching story. She tells the court that the last 4 years of her life have been pure hell, raising her daughter all by herself. She even had to deal with medical expenses for her daughter's slight autism. Talk about a tough situation.
That I had to struggle to take her to therapy sessions, everything. He left us homeless with my newborn child, and he just vanished and left us. I did everything by myself for the last almost 5 years.
You haven't helped, Mr. McGee?
Your Honor, I don't believe that Serenity is mine, so I didn't see any need to help.
How you not feel she yours when you know me and you were messing around the time I conceived?
But wait, it gets even crazier. Mr. McGee has the audacity to say that he doesn't believe Serenity is his child. Can you believe this guy? He even refuses to help financially. What a deadbeat.
If you let him know there was a slight possibility, how do you stand before the court today and say you know he is?
Because the dates don't add up. When I found that I was pregnant, me and him were messing around. We were still messing around. Even though he had moved on, while he's sitting up here making it seem like I was just out there, he was messing around too.
Your Honor, we were not together when she got
But that's neither here nor there. I know he's my child father, and he needs to step up and help take care of her.
Miss McGee fires back, reminding Mr. McGee that they were both cheating on each other during their relationship. She admits her mistakes, but insists that he needs to step up and take responsibility for his child.
I don't believe because not only her, but multiple family members of hers is informing they think that I'm not the father of the child. It so happened that we had a Super Bowl party. So we were drinking and stuff. She ended up falling asleep. Sitting on the edge of the bed, her phone ended up going off. So pick it up. I'm going through the messages. I see a message in there from another guy talking about how's my baby, referring to Serenity. So that was like the first indication that
the tension in the courtroom is palpable as Mr. McGee drops a bombshell. He claims that Miss McGee's own mother told him that Serenity is not his biological child. Can you imagine the shock on Miss McGee's face?
You got nerves. You need to realize who you gave birth to. I'm your child. He's not your child. That's your granddaughter.
Ms. Justice, thank you for joining us today. We have established that you are Ms. McGee's mother. And yet, Mr. McGee has testified that you told him that Serenity was not his biological child. So do you think Mr. McGee is your grandchild's father?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
But hold up, folks. Miss McGee's mother is here in the courtroom, and she has a different story to tell. She believes that another man, Miss McGee's future fiance, is actually the father of Serenity. Oh boy, this is getting juicy.
They were in and out of relationship, and my daughter was just out there. We have a relationship, and she talked to me, okay? And so, no, I do not believe that he's the father because I knew my daughter was out there, and I knew that she had made mistakes. During the time of her conception doesn't match up with him being the father.
So why do you think she's saying that he is?
The court is in chaos as Miss McGee and her mother go head to head. Accusations are flying, emotions are running high, and it's all caught on camera. This is the kind of drama we're here for, folks.
I went out there and I did this and I did that, and I immediately got upset because that's not the background setting that I brought her up in. I brought her up in a Christian environment and to honor marriage. She had no business stepping out of her marriage. I can't live her life, but I can raise her a certain way, and that's the way I raised her. And it's not my fault that she stepped out and opened up to me, and she wanted to change my belief. I'm not going to
Was
change
I
my
the only
belief.
one that stepped out?
No, you was not.
Okay, so how dare you say if he stepped out and...
Finally, the court decides it's time for a DNA test. The truth is about to be revealed, and we can't wait to see the results. Will Mr. McGee be proven wrong, or will he have to face the consequences of his actions? The tension in the courtroom is unbearable as Judge Lake opens the envelope containing the DNA test results.
Either Mr. McGee or Mr. Coley is her biological father. It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. McGee.
How you feel now?
Boy, do we have a roller coaster of emotions for you today. We're about to witness a 25-year-old mystery unfold today. So grab your popcorn and get comfy because this is gonna be one wild ride. We have Ms. Casey, who throughout her life has been told that a deceased man named Otis Hawkins is her biological father. But hold on to your hats, folks, because another man, Mr. Edwards, is claiming to be her dad. The plot thickens, my friends.
Miss Casey, you say that for more than 25 years, your mother has told you that a deceased man who is listed on your birth certificate is your biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now another man, Mr. Edwards, is claiming he is your biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ewing, you say you are sure Mr. Edwards is not your daughter's father. In fact, you say you are...
Ms. Case opens up about the pain of growing up without a father. She's been living in the dark, folks, not knowing where she came from. Can you imagine that? It's like walking down a dark hallway with no light at the end. Heartbreaking stuff, people.
I don't have anything about him, but he is on my birth certificate. My oldest daughter I passed Hawkins on to her. So I pretty much raised my kids the way that I have never been raised. I make sure that the mother and the father is in the home and they know exactly who their father is, whether he wants to be there or not.
Ms. Ewing, when you hear your daughter talk about how much it hurt to grow up.
But wait, we have Ms. Ewing, Ms. Casey's mother, taking the stand. She reveals that Otis Hawkins, the man on the birth certificate, was shot and killed. Oh, the plot thickens even more. Ms. Ewing had a relationship with Mr. Hawkins, but things went south when he came back from overseas. Drama, drama, drama.
Ms. Ewing, what have you told Ms. Casey about Mr. Hawkins and your relationship?
I called his cousin to see did she want to spend time with LaConda, and she informed me then that he had been shot in the head by his brother and he was deceased. LaConda was 7 years old. When I was told that, I didn't want to tell her until she got older. I didn't know how to tell her, and I'm telling you exactly what I was told.
And what was your relationship?
Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because here comes Mr. Edwards. He claims he's still in a relationship with Ms. Ewing when Ms. Case was conceived. Oh, the suspense is killing me. Will Mr. Edwards turn out to be the biological father? We're about to find out.
You go meet him. What's going through your mind?
I did not have a bond with him. Me and my older sister had a conversation about my mother, and she was like, well, what if he is your father since mother lied to us for so many years about different things? What if Mr. Edwards become your father? And I said, I don't believe so, because the bond that I had felt with him, it wasn't there. It wasn't no daughter and father bond that I felt. It was a blank.
All right, folks, it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are in. Will Mr. Edwards be the father Ms. Casey has been searching for? Drum roll, please. And the results are in. Mr. Edwards, you are not the father. Oh, the drama, the tension, the shock. This case just took a mind-blowing turn. But hold on tight, folks, because we're not done yet.
At the age of 18, me and my husband sat down and we did a research. I got on a social network and I found Otis Hawkins, and he was in Natchez, Mississippi. They did not disclose if he was alive or deceased, but they had gave me 2 addresses and 3 phone numbers. At that present time, I contacted the 3 numbers that I had for him. They was all disconnected. So at that point, me being frustrated, holding everything.
Just when we thought we had all the answers, in walks a man named Otis Hawkins. That's right, the man who Ms. Casey believed was dead. Can you believe it? Talk about a plot twist. This case just went from 100 to 1,000 real quick.
And as she said to you or did to you to make you leave me and not want to be in my life.
He didn't leave because of you, LaConda. He left because of me, not you.
Well, I have took a lot of blame for that.
Well, you need to stop feeling like that. He did. He left me. I left him.
You were an innocent child.
You was a child. You had nothing to do with it.
Miss Casey, all this time, you really have been torn.
Yes, ma'am. I don't believe any child in this world should grow up without a parent.
The courtroom is in complete shock, and so are we. Ms. Casey finally gets to meet her alleged father, Mr. Hawkins, after 25 long years. The emotions are running high, tears are flowing, and hearts are melting. This is what paternity court is all about, people.
Where's your dad? Oh my God, that is me.
Let me scream.
Oh, I got
That's
this picture.
you.
My sister lost it. I have this picture.
Look at you, baby.
This is a picture I had. My teddy bear, my bear. I love that bunny. Mr. Snuggles was his name. I used to always take that bunny with me everywhere I go.
As the dust settles, we dig deeper into the relationship between Ms. Ewing and Mr. Hawkins. Turns out there might have been some hanky-panky going on with Mr. Hawkins' brother. Oh, the scandal. This case just keeps on giving.
It just, after some years, it just went bad. When I was overseas when Laconda was born, and when I got back, she was like about maybe 2 or 3 months. And that was the only Christmas that I didn't go back to Mississippi to see my parents. I stayed in California because she was just born.
You obviously love this little girl. You carrying this picture in the frame for all these years. What happened? How did you lose contact with your baby girl?
Wow, folks, what a whirlwind of emotions. This case had it all. Heartache, secrets, and a surprise guest appearance. We're left with so many questions. Will Ms. Ewing finally reveal the truth about who Ms. Case's real father is? Will Mr. Hawkins be the missing puzzle piece? The DNA results are in, and it's time for some answers.
Mr. Hawkins, you are not her father.
Laconda, in my heart, you still my child.
I know you did.
Ms. Ewing, do you know who her father